Karen's audacity had grown more dangerous with each failed scheme. Her latest stunt involved blocking a rescue helicopter, seemingly convinced that she could exert power over life-and-death situations. The irony was stark. She had no authority, no skill, and no understanding of the stakes involved. But as always, I had anticipated her arrogance and prepared accordingly. It was a hot summer afternoon when the situation unfolded. A medical emergency had arisen on my property. One of our neighbors required urgent evacuation due to a severe injury. The only practical solution was a helicopter airlift to the nearby hospital. As the aircraft approached, Karen appeared on the property, attempting to physically block the landing area with barricades, vehicles, and a small group of her associates. I was immediately alerted via security cameras and motion sensors. The feed clearly showed Karen gesturing frantically, waving paperwork she claimed granted her authority to control access. She had apparently convinced herself that she could interfere with a rescue operation legally. I moved quickly, grabbing my radio and alerting local law enforcement and the helicopter crew. Simultaneously, my dogs were deployed to strategic positions around the perimeter, ensuring that Karen and her group could not interfere without immediate consequence. When I arrived on the scene, Karen was shouting orders and waving her arms like a conductor of chaos. "You cannot land here. This is HOA property. I forbid it." I stepped forward calmly, hands raised but voice firm. "This is private property, and you are trespassing. This is a life-and-death medical situation. Step aside immediately, or law enforcement will intervene." Karen's confidence faltered slightly, but she attempted to assert authority anyway. Her associates looked around nervously, sensing the tension and the approaching consequences of their actions. Within moments, deputies arrived on site, responding to my alert. They quickly assessed the situation, verifying the emergency and the helicopter's legitimacy. Karen, confronted by law enforcement and the reality of the situation, began to stammer, her words losing all conviction. "You cannot. I have authority. This is—" she sputtered, realizing that every bluff she had relied upon had evaporated in the face of legal scrutiny and urgent necessity. The helicopter landed safely under the supervision of the sheriff's deputies, the patient secured, and paramedics ready to administer immediate care. Karen and her group were pushed back and instructed not to interfere. The sheer weight of preparation, authority, and the urgency of the rescue rendered her threats meaningless. The aftermath was immediate and decisive. Deputies documented her trespassing and interference, creating a clear record of her reckless attempt to obstruct a life-saving operation. Karen's bluff had been exposed, and her audacity had placed her in direct legal jeopardy. Later, reviewing the footage, I noted every action she had taken. Her futile barricades, her frantic gesturing, and her ultimate retreat in the face of law and consequence. The incident was not only a testament to her recklessness, but also a clear demonstration of how preparation, vigilance, and lawful authority can neutralize even the most audacious threats. Neighbors who witnessed the events from a distance were stunned. Karen had tried to control life-and-death circumstances, thinking her perceived authority could manipulate reality. Instead, she had been exposed as reckless, powerless, and dangerous. As the helicopter lifted off and the dust settled, I walked along the property, the evening sun casting long shadows over the land. My dogs followed closely, calm and vigilant. The rescue had succeeded, the property remained intact, and Karen's schemes were thwarted spectacularly. The lesson was clear. Recklessness, audacity, and arrogance are powerless against preparation, authority, and the rule of law. Karen had attempted to wield control over a life-threatening situation, only to be outmatched by vigilance, planning, and unwavering calm. By nightfall, the property was secure, the helicopter safely departed, and Karen had retreated once again, humiliated and exposed. Her repeated failures were now undeniably public, reinforcing the truth. No scheme, no bluff, no audacious attempt at intimidation can overcome foresight, preparation, and lawful authority.